In the U.S., the surge of migrants at the U.S. southern border will be the focus of top-level meetings between U.S. and Mexican officials today.
Homeland Security Chief Alejandro Mayorkas and Secretary of State Antony Blinken set to meet with Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador in Mexico City. Both sides facing pressure to reach a deal. As many as 10,000 migrants were arrested daily at the border this month. U.S. officials want Mexico to do more to prevent migrants from Central and South America from crossing Mexico's southern border, or make it more difficult for them to move across Mexico toward the U.S. Mexico's president says in return, he wants the United States to provide more aid to the countries migrants are coming from and reduce sanctions against Cuba and Venezuela.
The high-level meetings come as a large mass of migrants moves north through Mexico on foot. The caravan is estimated to include more than 6,000 migrants. It's the largest such group in more than a year. Organizers are calling it the exodus of poverty. So far this year, Mexico has reported detecting a total of 680,000 migrants moving through its territory. And migrant surges aren't the only problem facing the immigration system.
Yeah, visa overstays have also been causing a backlog, and the issue has been largely ignored. Ben Brown with Scripps News Phoenix has the story.
This is probably the most important issue that we're not talking about right now when we talk about, immigration, migration, unauthorized foreign nationals in the United States.
The issue, visa overstays. A Congressional Research Service report shows between 1% and 2% of non-immigrant emissions result in an overstay each year, representing approximately 650 to 850,000 overstays annually between 2016 and 2022.
In FY 2022, about 3.7% of all the aliens who entered the United States is what we call non-immigrants. That's with temporary visas, student visas, business visas, tourist visas, didn't leave when they were supposed to.
Of the 11 million unauthorized people living in the United States in 2022, about 40% were visa overstays. The most were from Venezuela, followed by Mexico. Arthur, who's with the Center for Immigration Studies, says the problem is tracking them.
Congress, ever since the 90s, has been pushing the then INS, now DHS, to institute what we call an entry-exit visa program so that we can verify the departure of everybody from the United States. We do a good job at the airports. We don't do a very good job at the land borders.
But David Beer with the Cato Institute says there's been a push to crack down on visa overstays, especially following 9/11, when several of the hijackers were in the U.S. due to overstaying their visa.
We have completely overhauled our national security and vetting apparatus or surveillance operations worldwide and funneled that all into the immigration vetting process.
Although there are still gaps. While the entry system has been beefed up with a biometric component, it's still being implemented for exit processing. While the main focus right now is on the crisis at the border, Arthur expects this issue to resurface as the 2024 election heats up.
Particularly as we're facing another election, this one's going to show back up on the radar.